frankly, I'm sick and tired of people calling me biased. It's absolutely uncalled for. I'm an MMA truther, and I will not tolerate disrespect. I kill everybody! I kill everybody! Ah! Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Jesse, and I'm the founder and grandmaster of MMA, Mexican martial arts. Khamzat Chimaev is the JDM of the middleweight division. He has as many title defenses as Conor McGregor, and he bled so much that Nate Diaz told him, "You're taking everything I work for." But to be fair, he wants to move up in weight so that he could take even harder jabs to the face. I have a theory that maybe Chimaev took so many jabs because he didn't want to get COVID again. And that Sean Strickland said that the best base for MMA is that Pfizer. Sean Strickland jabs like if Anthony Fauci was his head coach. But I'm not gonna be one of those people that discredits Sean for winning with jabs, because that would make me a hypocrite. Because I often call out people who complain when grapplers win by grappling. If your favorite elite world-class fighter can't break out of a hug, then maybe he doesn't want to. Let me make something clear. Sean Strickland won that fight. Whether Khamzat Chimaev got fraud checked or it was a work, Sean Strickland won that fight. I'm completely against the stance that Chimaev should have got the decision. Like it or not, stupid or not, this is how the UFC judges are supposed to score the fights.
It's a pyramid scheme.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, if that's how they score the fights, then why did they show this to us? For the same reason they've always done it, to confuse and divide us. Think about it. Paige Van Zandt, Michelle Waterson, Ariane Lipski, Polyana Viana, Nina Drama, blow my brains out. They want us to argue in the comment sections. They fabricate conflict to keep us going like this. They want rumors and chats and comments and articles and videos. As long as we're talking and arguing about it, they're winning. But that's neither here either. If this is what they use to score the fight, then there's no question about Strickland's victory. The question is, why did the fight look like an episode of heated rivalry?
He's not taking his underwear off to start.
And why is no one talking about the most significant strikes of all? I counted 27 times that these dudes touched each other in ways that would not fly in Chechnya. They were being way too friendly. Ramzan Kadyrov has killed dudes for much less. They were being friendlier than Daniel Comer and Laura Stenko. It looked like if there were two Stephen Wonderboy Thompsons in the cage together. It was starting to remind me of that one fight from Bruno. And this is why a lot of people think that they played us. And it didn't help that it looked like they were speaking in Morse code with their faces. Let's explore some options. Let's say that Chimaev didn't make weight. That would be a disaster for the UFC. And they don't need that trouble with Paramount. They don't want the overwhelming favorite to win and then go home without a bout. Like if he was Charles Oliveira. That would be very anticlimactic. So maybe they tell Chimaev, hey bro, you missed weight again. Now you're losing a chunk of your money and you can't even win the bout, even if you win the bout. So how about this? How about you make weight and you get to keep all your money? But now you lose because you messed up. And we're not gonna have beef with Paramount because you were doing a mukbang with Armin Sarukian. Let's say that he did make weight. Let's say that that wasn't the issue. We know that Khamzat Chimaev wants to go up to 205. We know that he was putting on weight and muscle to fight Jiri at 205 before the UFC switched it up on him. And we also know that the UFC and WWE are partner companies that operate under the TKO Group Holdings umbrella. And what are fighters typically expected to do when they leave their current position? Like when they retire, go to a different promotion, vacate a bout for any reason, they're supposed to put someone over so that they don't leave the organization hanging. Putting someone over basically means that you're letting them win so that you can build up their reputation and credibility since you're leaving anyway. We already know how much the UFC hates it when fighters vacate their bouts and leave the company hanging. And we already know that Khamzat does not care about bouts.
I don't care about my bout.
And we already know that he doesn't care about having a perfect record.
I had some friends, they was undefeated, now they lost. Some of them, they was thinking about, I has a zero, I have to keep it, Don't care about it, like, if God wills, how you gonna lose?
The only thing he cares about is money.
Beat somebody, take the money, or kill somebody. No.
Oh my gosh, jeez Louise.
Maybe all this time we thought he was a wolf, but he was just selling wolf tickets. Ooh. Either of these two scenarios that I've just mentioned would explain why Chimaev looked like he was fighting Strickland in the same way that he fights Ramzan Kadyrov and his sons.
You can't let another man control you like that.
He was fighting like Jean-Claude Van Damme in Kickboxer when he had to hold back because his homies were being held hostage. And this is not a conclusion that I came to deep in the 5th round when it was convenient to do so. From the very first action of the fight, the very first kick that was thrown, I knew something was wrong. Crazy looking half-hearted leg kick from Chimaev, didn't fully commit to it. Matter of fact, I feel like most of us knew something weird was going on even before that. Oh, they touched gloves. And Strickland went like this. What the heck, bro? They were faking us? And then when he did the thing that he's supposed to do best, his takedowns looked like if he just took a seminar from Paddy Pimblett. He was pulling guard like if he was ovulating. He kept shadow boxing, which is actually a layered problem because a lot of people think that Chimaev overtrains, and he was still training during the fight. But I think the most suspicious thing was Armin's behavior. We all know that Armin is a loose cannon. It almost seems like he had to have been in the loop, or else he would have done something crazy, like bite Bruce Buffer. But all that being said, maybe Chimaev just isn't who we thought he was. And maybe Strickland was just better. Maybe he wanted to win. And maybe he tried to win. And maybe he should have won because Sean Strickland tapped in the 1st round. Or maybe by DQ because Strickland headbutted him twice in the 2nd round. But it didn't play out that way. So let's talk about what else we saw. Whether he made weight or not, he struggled. And it was not a good, healthy, intelligent cut. It was an unprofessional, dangerous, controversial cut. He cut 47 pounds and it drained him. He cut a whole Hasbullah. He couldn't wait to get back to his stool in between rounds. To this day, if you ask Khabib what a stool is, he has no idea. He never had to learn the word. Remember when he was asking Tony Ferguson what Oxnard was?
What is this, Oxford?
That's how he would act if you tried to talk to him about a stool. Even Strickland didn't sit down. And he came into the fight with a separated shoulder. And Chimaev was probably better off not even going to his corner. It's nothing but yes, man.
You're winning. You know this? You're winning this.
Chimaev's corner makes Jim Carrey look like a disagreeable individual in that one movie about him being a yes man. What Chimaev needs in his corner is that one dude that's gonna come at him with that soprano in his voice. None of these guys know how to put him in check. And instead of giving him good advice, Armin just tried to stay in the cage with him so that he could be his tag team partner, but they wouldn't let him. We learned that Strickland's jabs, which we all make fun of, have some power. This little throwaway shot that he chucked over his shoulder is the one that cut open Chimaev's nose. Strickland's jabs would go on to make Chimaev look like he needs to go to Dagestan for 2-3 years and recover. Maybe he shouldn't have got frustrated at that reporter.
What's the secret behind, training there and becoming a pro fighter?
I don't know. Ask Islam. I'm not from Dagestan. I'm from Chechnya.
You never trained there?
No.
And I'm the man who will be killing you now.
Maybe he was trying to help him. Is Chimaev just a low IQ fighter that fights with too much emotion and abandons the game plan? That's why this dude was mad at him. If he would have stayed with the game plan and fought every round like the first, he would have won all 5 rounds. Or wore Sean out till he got a submission. Or was he unable? Maybe he's not the machine that we thought he was. Maybe his glamorous lifestyle made him soft. Maybe he'll come back like Pereira did. But when it comes to this fight, he knows he lost. And we know that these guys are just actors, entertainers. Turns out there was no real beef after all. It was more like that fake vegan beef, that impossible beef. Who knows what to believe anymore? This whole thing has more layers than a Laura Stanko outfit. You already know I upload new videos every Monday through Friday now, but if you want more videos like this, because you say you want them, you say you miss these classic edited videos, if you want more videos like this, then will you please like, comment, hype, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff so the algorithm will fall in love with it and allow me to make more of these? They take a long time. Thank you. Thank you for watching Mexican Martial Arts. Appreciate it. Good looking out. Late. How did you get your fingers out of Sean's butt long enough to type this? ?